You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang. Hey, welcome to season 5, episode 148 of Shades of Blue.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men and women's game. Spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line, we making art over here, capitalizing. I am Crump Chocolate. I'm here with the whole family's here. Hey, we're in mid-season form already, baby. Let's go. Sharpie Shot, Tom Bomb, Tarek, how's it going? How you feeling? How you doing?
I mean, we all got on black today, so you know the vibes.
Except for Mr. Brightside over here. Look at him.
I respect it. That bright side is important. You need that pop of color, that pop of joy. You know, can't get too down.
You know what? I completely disconnected when we hit the international break. It has been all the University of Miami for me right now. And I have been golfing, and I haven't been doing that well. So I should put a whole lot of black for that. But yeah, man, I just kind of been disconnected. So my bad, fellas.
Well, yeah, like Sharpie said, we need that little pop of color. I like it.
Yeah. It did brighten my day to see that green polo. But yeah, man, it's good. It's a Monday. Always good to be back with y'all, you know. Ready to talk some footy. Let's get to it.
Hey, shout out to the third child for the intro. If you're watching on YouTube, like that thumbs up, hit the video. Like the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, like the video, leave a comment on what you thought on the episode. Let's say you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, any of those podcasting services out there. If you can, 5 stars, if it allows it, 10 out of 10. 15 apples, whatever their rating style is, just max that out if you can. Reviews, say something nice. We appreciate all that stuff. It's the best way to help the podcast for free. But if you're feeling generous, for $6 a month, you can get an extra 20 plus hours of just content. City men, city women. We're getting out of the spectrum. I have an episode about Argentinian football coming up. That was nice. Asil Tuafali came on. We talked about French football. We had Steph Houghton on the last week. That was a fun conversation.
So cool, y'all. So cool.
Like, we do a great job of getting you just a nice full-bodied football experience here at Shades of Blue Patreon for $6 a month. So Argentine football, that's coming up. Bringing on the She-Gulls to talk City women versus Brighton. We have 50 plus donor coming on to talk some Bundesliga. We got people from coming on to talk about Huddersfield and Monaco and Dortmund. Also, if you need to know about things from players, teams coming up that City will be playing, or just overall amazing people in football, check out our Patreon, $6 a month. Oh, in today's episode, hey, baby blue baddies, we're going to enjoy, for some, it was international break. A week of leisure. For us, WSL started. dove all in just football weekend. It was so nice. It was so great. But we got plenty to talk about for Man City women. We got Mary Fowler adding runway model to her CV. Transfer window officially closed. I want to kind of run through who we all brought in, who left, who things just fully finish that and then talk that up. And City's 2-1 loss on the road to Chelsea. I have some clips from Andres Jeglitz, or Jeggy, as I'm going to call him. Jeggy. That's my nickname I'm just giving him. We're going to start on a
Are
positive.
we
You mean
getting
not? You mean
juggy
not?
with it?
You mean not Seb Hines? That's who he is. He's not Seb Hines.
He is not Seb Hines. That is more of a accurate observation than a nickname, though.
That's gonna be his name for me. Is not.
For you, okay, for sure, for you kill it, yeah. Not Seb. It's crazy. Oh, poor guy. he's obviously he has an uphill climb to go when it comes to earning Toms, which is funny because he wasn't filling the previous manager, and now even this one, he's just, hey, you're on brand. I love it. I respect it.
I have someone to blame for everything that goes wrong, and there was a lot to go wrong.
There was, and we will get into it. Which, yeah, and then we have the APT rules. I just kind of want to quickly talk specific about what it is. Basically, the teams in the Premier League, they agree to disagree. Dive a little bit deeper into what they agreed and disagreed on. And Man City versus United, we have the derby this weekend, which completely snuck up on me. I know it's international break and football was coming this weekend, but I don't know, seeing that logo next to Cities, it's just like, I don't think I'm mentally prepared for kind of how annoying the run-up of this week is going to be. Just every Manchester derby kind of sucks. Especially when we lose, which we have done that a lot with Amarim at United, despite them being a trash-ass team. See, I'm crashing out already.
And the fact that he don't want to be there.
Bruh. We'll get to it. Thankfully, that's at the end. But for now, baby blue Betties. Let's go. Quickly about Mary Fowler. She announced on her Instagram that she will be participating in Paris Fashion Week for L'Oreal's show on September 29th. And her Instagram post, she already had a few looks in there, face did. Oh, it was dope. It's really cool to see. And I'm happy for her that she's been able to not only keep herself busy while she's been rehabbing, she's grown her personality, her brand, all those things. It's like more names are seeing her and in different ways. It's great.
She is a star, and I think that we are beginning to see the makings of a star.
Let's go. Okay. Transfers. Yes, transfers. Let's do the loans quickly. Goalkeeper Eva Netz went to Crystal Palace. They're in WSL2. Taro Hanlon, fullback, she went to Sunderland. Ayumu Aoyama, I was really hoping she was going to stay, but she is off to Swedish club Rosengard, and that is the team our current football director, Therese Songren, just left. So she basically sent her to her old place and was like, you better take care of her. We will be reaching out to you weekly for reports. And Poppy Pritzard, she's a forward striker. She went back to Durham, who, when she was
We signed her from Durham, so we loaned her back to Durham.
Basically. And then Riza Shimizu is at Liverpool. That's the one that I think frustrates me the most.
I don't understand it. I don't understand
At
it.
all.
Therese, I'm gonna have to send my girl cousins to like have a conversation with you because what the hell? Like I don't understand this at all. Like what?
She's gonna get a lot of playing time, and she's gonna be having to play a lot of defense because obviously that team is trash. But it's like that's. I feel like they're gonna put her body on more stress than she would at Cities. Like, so you just don't think you need her at all for like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You couldn't tell me that she couldn't have came on today or on Friday for 10 minutes and tried to score, but also shore up defense. It's frustrating. Tom Bob, what were we about to say?
I don't understand what, like, she can play both sides. Like, why are we like, are you? I don't know anybody who could have watched that match and said, like, you know what, Alex Greenwood left back, give it to me. I want all of it. Like, no,
we gotta save. We have so many great things to say later. But I will say this about that decision. My only hope is that it's something like with the men. They have the same language the men do when they do loans. Sometimes like can be called back in the January window. So hopefully, if she does well, performs, get back up to speed, we can have her come back because clearly, there'll be space for her on that back line. But yeah, that was the only one that puzzled me. Everything else I get. You send young people out, let them get minutes. But yeah, that one was it was baffling.
Yeah. Yep. So those were all of the loans. Let's start with Laura Weinrother. She made her season-long loan from Arsenal permanent. She's officially a City player. What was interesting through all of this is it took so long for it to be confirmed and made official. Her photo never stopped from her signing her loan contract or her like I'm signing with City contract for Man City. Like her in front of the booth with the pen and the paper that never changed. So I took that as a good sign that she was going to join us and that she loves being at City. It's exciting.
It did take a while for it to be formally announced because like the Guardian has a tracker of like all of the different transfers in and out of like I think the top 6 leagues in Europe and NWSL and like they had it announced very early on in the process and it took the club a while to announce it themselves.
That's funny. Yeah, I thought that it was basically known as well. The longer it took, kind of the more worried I got. Amon Benny, wing back, but can play in attacking positions. City are her first pro team. Very talented. Speaking of first,
she balled in the Euros. Shouldn't she balled in the Euros? Like,
yeah, she did.
So
I think we're gonna
for a Swiss team that probably should not have advanced to the knockout stages, but did.
Jade Rose, Canadian from Harvard University.
Canadian Midge Purse.
Basically, yeah, she's a baller. I'm super, and we saw a bit of her. We'll talk about it.
Hold on, that is great. I love the analogy. I love the comparison. As someone who has been disconnected, that tells me so much. Thank you. I now know who this player is. Canadian Midge Purse, love it. Let's go.
But I will ask a question about that comparison because I thought, based on what I read and saw, that like her primary position is more defensive, like a center back.
Oh yeah. I meant like
when she gets pushed on the back line,
off-field profile.
Off-field profile. Yeah. Oh, got it. Yes.
Okay. I thought you were talking about on the field.
But no, but she also is a great athlete. But yes. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
I mean, that obviously with Mary Fowler with L'Oreal, they really do seem to be trying. Carolyn and all the way that she does social media, yeah, they definitely seem to be getting those people who will become fans of the club just because of who the players are that are on the squad. Very similar to like a Holland. Sharpie?
Real quick, just about the squad overall before we get into the match. It's pretty dope. We have so many black women on the team that I don't even think about it anymore.
Yep.
Until we kept saying the names, like, oh, another one, and another one, and another one. Like Carolyn didn't play, Mary Fowlers hurt, but like it's just really dope. It's a very diverse team.
Yes.
So that's cool to have that. And obviously, like, we know the best player on the team is Money, but like everyone else is so talented. It's a really great representation of the world.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hell yeah. Sydney Loman from Bayern Munich. It's stud. That second half, her play, woo, which we'll get to. And then Grace Clinton, Jess Park. They went to other halves of Manchester. Both went for a little bit of cash. The way that it was pushed was it was a swap, and City gave a little bit extra cash. All that means is maybe City paid more for Grace than
The better player, yeah. I mean,
yeah. So like I think that's kind of how, but it was being spun that United won. United is the one who got the best deal out of this, even though they're both young players with tons of potential who do different things. What I was interested about when I was listening to Jeggy pre-match, it's post-match, he was asked about Grace, and he said, I can see her play as a 6 or a 10.
Yeah.
So confirmed. He just wanted the word he said so much other than dynamic was versatile. Those were like his two favorite words: dynamic, versatile, dynamic, versatile, dynamic. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that was everybody. Cool. Perfect. Yeah.
Pause for a second.
Go for it.
Last year when we talked about Jess Park, we kind of saw her as the women's Phil Foden.
Yeah.
Young City player, has all this potential. I don't know anything about Grace Clinton because, again, she played for United. I don't really, whatever. So
yeah,
just off the comparison, it'd be like, oh, dang, that sucks. Because if I can imagine someone of Phil's potential growing up through the club, being moved on, it would kind of upset me a little bit.
Yeah.
How should I feel about? I know Sharpie said we got the better player in the exchange, but does it feel like we gave up on Jess Park too soon?
So Tom, do you want to give your thoughts on it? Well, because what I want to say is her agent has come out and spoke and specifically said that it was Jess's choice to want to go to United. They had a conversation with City. City did not want to let her go, but I want to personally thank the Reese because she understood and was kind enough to let her go. So the choice was all on Jess Park.
I think that the writing was kind of on the wall for Jess Park, knowing that Viv was going to come back. And if Viv was coming back, Viv was always going to play in that 10 role. That's why she got the 10. She got the 10 number from Jill Roord. So she was going to be second best at that position, and she probably wasn't going to take back one of the winger positions from Lauren Hemp or Caroline. So her best option to find playing time, especially her having gone to the Euros with the Lionesses but never really playing, was going to probably be at a place like United. So I think as far as Grace Clinton goes, just with the versatility alone, and the fact that she's she's a bigger player, and if you're gonna play Yui in the midfield, you're gonna need a bigger body, and because you can't have two Smurfs in the midfield, you just can't.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why I am more optimistic about the swap for Clinton.
Quick question though. You said the name, so I'm going to ask it to you, Tom, first, and then Crunk, you as well. Viv Miedema is a 10. Is that her best position? Leading goal scorer of all time in the WSL, great striker. It's not her best position. I'm not crazy, right?
No, it's not. But to your point, what you said earlier is that Bunny is the best player on the team, and she's never gonna she's gonna replace Bunny in those few matches that Bunny's gonna inevitably get hurt. Like not to say that Bunny is injury prone, but the way that she plays makes her prone to injury.
Kicking her legs.
Oh. Got you. Okay. I mean, because I was like, in my world, I noticed she can be like a second striker in a way, because I don't see her as like a 10. A 10 does a little something different, a little different gravy. She's just a second striker to me with ball skills, and she can play passes. And you got another head. Okay, just make sure I'm not crazy.
No, you're right. Just like Jess had to leave because Miedema is in the way. Like Miedema can't get up top because Bunny's in the way. There's always a bigger shark. Okay, this match. Hold on. Yes. So let's get to know a little bit about Jiggy. Why hello? Missing. There we go. I was actually very annoyed by this because not annoyed because that's a little heavy-handed. When I heard this before the game, I went, "Oh, it's a nothing burger." But then I saw the lineup on Friday, and I was like, "This motherfucker lied to me." He was asked, "Is everybody healthy? Can we expect a full strength squad?"
Yeah, I think the squad is fine. There will always be a couple of small issues. We don't really know exactly with some players, but in general, we will have a very strong team that will be on the field on Friday.
What you mean we don't know? That's your whole job, is to know. There's a whole medical staff. How you not know? It's the day before the match or 2 days. Like, that makes no sense when you play it back.
And even post match, never really mentions Carolyn or Fujino. I don't think they asked if they were hurt. And you heard him say squad full, like no one's injured. Like there are small things, but the fact that it kept them out, I don't know.
But it's not a small thing. Like to say like your 2 of your 3 best wingers are not available. That's not a small thing. Like, they're limited minutes, or they got, they can only play 60, not go to full 90. That's a small thing. And not suit up is crazy.
Right. And then you're going to tell me that Lily Murphy is the preferred right winger when the team is at full strength. That's a choice. That is a choice.
So Yamashita as the keeper. I'm gonna go the other way around because just about to say where Greenwood was played, my blood started boiling. So we got Kasparai at right back. It's not any better because we have a center back pairing of Jade Rose, which was super exciting to see her get her first start, which I honestly expected with Bex out injured, and then Gracie Pryor paired next to her. And then Alex Greenwood as our left back. Okay, that was a thing that happened. We had a center back, our midfielding pairing of Lohman and Hasegawa. That's what I expected. Super excited about that. Miedema up top with the 10. Lily Murphy on the left. Lauren Hemp on the right. Bunny Shaw up top. Thoughts?
So y'all remember when the first after the men played Wolves, and I said that Rico Lewis makes me irrationally angry. I feel the same way about Rico Lewis that I do about Gracie Pryor.
Except all your anger is rational.
Just
like it's the most rational anger. She is actually like, it does not make sense. You can't. Nobody. I don't know what the journalists are doing, but nobody's pushing him or Baldman about why they keep choosing her. Like it's like if you were to start old Fernandinho over young Ruben Diaz, you'd be like, wait,
why are we
that's
doing
crazy.
this? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
He has no pace, like even compared to Ruben Diaz. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't click. And so it's just like when I saw that on the team sheet, an hour before the match, I'm like, well, this ain't gonna be good. You did this against Chelsea? Okay, that's cool. It's cool. It baffles me. I wondered is she blackmailing City? Like, does she have something on them where like they have to play her? Because I need a reason
I don't
to
get
explain.
It. And I think that's the thing that's the most upsetting. This is probably the most gettable that Chelsea will be all season. Like Myra's out. The Sam Kerr's not back in form. Like Naomi Gurma's not.
No Alyssa Thompson yet.
Although I will say that if Alyssa Thompson would have been in the 18, I would have gone to LA and slapped Mark Parsons in the face myself because I would have been so mad. And I know that there's a lot of other things surrounding her transfer that we don't necessarily need to get into because that's not our team, but I would have been very mad at Angel City.
It's not your team.
Yeah, but it's a very interesting choice. And here's the thing: it's almost like Gracie Pryor is like a younger Alana Kennedy in a way, where it's like you're a good player at what you do, but I'm saying like for the profile, right? Like
you're right. You're right. You're totally right. Yeah,
not super pacey, but like we need that presence at a certain point. I don't need that presence to start when there's a better,
especially against Chelsea, who are known for their pace and agility.
And they press so hard, and like you're a fucking bimbo with your feet. Sorry, that was rude. You're just not good with your feet. I'm sorry. I'm crashing.
I will say she has gotten better. It's still not great. It did look like she scuffed passes a couple of times.
Did she have played against Barca last year?
You mean where Lazelle scored?
Yeah, all I'm saying is like I want the woman that played and scored against Barcelona. So that's all I want. That's all I want.
And if you're wondering, there was Layla Wahhabi on the bench. There was Laura Weinrother on the bench. Like we've said, Naomi Lazelle was there. I do wish somebody would ask what specifically he's seeing about Gracie Pryor. I have the clip. It's for post-match, but I mean, the conversation can go wherever the conversation needs to go. But I asked him, or they asked him, trying to figure out where do we start. Let's do Greenwood.
For Alex, it's
why is she at left back?
She's a great center back, but she's a great defender in general. But she also have a good left foot, and looking at how we expecting Chelsea's way of playing, we felt that we needed a player there that could open the game for us. And also to manage the Carpenter of Connery, who was going to play on that side.
So, first question: could Wahhabi not pass the ball around? Second question, and that's actually this isn't even really yes. Greenwood is very good knocking the ball around with her left foot, but what in particular makes it great is having a center back who is really good on the ball and can push the ball up the field, pinning back the defense. But instead, you want to put her in a corner where she's going to get pressed and she loses all of her angles. Now you just have her in a corner and she can only really pass one direction. You put her on the left just so she can pass it up towards Lily Murphy, so she can make pretty passes up high at Lily Murphy, who really wasn't showing confidence or felt overwhelmed by the match. Respectfully, like obviously everything's respectfully, but
I think
the match was too much for her.
I think what I picked up on what he said was like what we expected Chelsea to do. Well, that is not what Chelsea did, because obviously they were using they used Carpenter and Sandy Baltimore more as wing backs than they used them as outside backs, and we couldn't get a read on the press from that. And as a result, like Lily Murphy didn't, like, our press wasn't cohesive because Lily Murphy didn't know who or where to press. So there was always that opening, and that kind of left Greenwood on an island with Ellie Carpenter more times than I care to admit running at her like a runaway freight train. And Greenwood is a very good defender, yes, but 1v1 defending is not her ministry.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like outside 1v1.
Yeah, exactly. Outside. And that's what I'm saying. Like
Out
there's a
in
difference
space.
between like you locked in, you're in the middle of the pitch. Sometimes all you have to do is slow them down or whatever. But if you're on the wing, that's just like such a deadly spot, because if you then get beat, your defense has to now kind of move over, and that opens up space. It's just such a dangerous spot because it instantly puts whoever you're in at center back to have very good positioning, amazing awareness, anticipation, experience. None of those things is what Gracie Pryor has, like, respectfully. He just didn't. Not only does she struggle at, moving on the ball, distribution, that's not really her strong suit. Size, physicality, those things are her strong suit. So many times she was forced to like be aware of who's around her, making the right decision, just sprinting like that. She was just put in, not able to show her skill set, and that was very frustrating. I don't know, maybe he was expecting a lot of crosses. I don't. That's what was unfortunate, and all of that energy took a little bit for Jay Rose to kind of get into her game. Which by the end of the match, she was fantastic. She's a dog. There were those passes she's coming in. It's like, oh, the ref doesn't blow the whistle here. She was like on them. I loved her energy. She was knocking people around. They were complaining about it. Her physicality is going to be great. Give her some time. Kasparai is Kasparai. Yeah, that was the main in the defense. Midfield, obviously Yui is absolutely amazing. What did you guys think of Lohman?
Lohman unlocks Yui to be able to actually play as an 8. And I think that you saw how dangerous Yui could be as the true like engine of the midfield. And that, to me, that was the most exciting part of the match. Like, oh, we're gonna let Yui do this. Okay, I'm here for this. Like, let's go. It just gives the team a little bit more of a different dynamic, especially to Charlie's point about how Viv is more of a second striker than an actual 10. So like having someone that is going to be there to kind of play make a little bit and make those instead of making those secondary runs into the box from the midfield, allowing Viv to do that, and then like, going for shots, like that one shot off of the
that went off the goalpost.
Oh no, not that one. The one that Hampton did catch, but that she just shot off the volley. Like, oh yes.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm here for more of that.
Yeah. I know he post-match. Actually, here we go. First off, before we go into this, because we can talk a little bit more about the play and head to, I guess, a little bit of more positives in what we saw in the game, because we know they lost. But what's on the other end? Was there some things that were promising? This is Jeggy on his style. What should we expect to see City play?
How do we win the ball high up on the field? Because that has been something that we have talked about. They had it partly last year also. That's something that we have been putting a little bit more energy in. So this intensity that you are really eager to, if you lose the ball, win the ball back. And how can we, in an early phase, win the ball higher up? The other thing is to keep on having this Manchester mentality of possession-based football, but I want us also to be, when we have possibility to, let's say, punish the opponent, not just by going out wide. We also have a lot of central players that I think has great quality. So I hope we can be a little bit dynamic of how we are creating scoring chances. So that has been a couple of things that we have put a little bit attention to this last weeks.
And the pressing did create turnovers and chances. City they won the XG battle, which, depending on some people that hate that stat. City had 1.51 to Chelsea's 1.33. City had 9 more total shots, and 2 more shots on target. 3 big chances missed. It's just all about just getting the ball in the goal.
Crump, when I heard that clip, and this is for my football fans, it reminded me of when a team signs a new defensive coordinator, and they always go, "We want to play fast, we want to be aggressive, we want to, we want to fly to the ball." It's like, duh. Would the alternative be we just want to play slow and sit back? Like, nothing he said there is anything different than Gareth Taylor's philosophy. Just like on the record. Am I lying? Tom, where's the lie?
You are not. No. And
I will say is,
I want to shout out the homie Alexis Monteith, because he started a Substack, and his first article was about what kind of changes can we expect to see from last season to this season. And one of the things that he wrote about was how, like, the City way of playing ball, like, it's going to be that possession style, right? Like, we're gonna be dominant on the ball. That is the plan. And there aren't going to be a lot of managers, or you're not going to be able to go too far outside of that box. Like, that's just what you are constrained to do. Now, some of the interesting points that he did bring up is that, like, okay, this is all based off of Pep. Like, and I've said this since the inception of this show. Like, everyone in Manchester City Football Club plays the same way. Like from City Football Group across the board is going to play the same way. Like, you're going to go from Melbourne City to Manchester to NYCFC. Like, all of them are going to want to possess the ball, because that's what is taught at all of those CFG clubs, right? So you're not going to have a lot of leeway as far as, like, oh, you know what? Nope, we're just going to sit back and we're going to, like, counter you to death. Whereas, like, you see Pep having evolved so much of his game because the Premier League is pretty much caught up. Is like, yeah, maybe we can't do that. And then you see his disciples and their coaching stuff, like somebody like Vincent Kompany, like we saw his season at Burnley. Like, I'd be damned, we're gonna play open and we're gonna possess the ball. This is how we play. And then Burnley goes right back down. And, like, he's still playing that way at Bayern, but they have the players to be able to do that in that particular league. So I think you're going to have a manager that is willing to adapt and adjust from that possession style while still maintaining that as the core principle. And I don't know if this is going to be the manager to do that necessarily.
And the reason I brought it up is because, to the second part of that point, was if the tactics are the same, what you're banking on is that the man management or the woman management, the player management is the thing that gets us over the top, right? Like it has to be the intangible, it has to be the motivation, all the other things, because the tactics, 90% of them are the same. Now, the last part is talent, right? If you don't have our best 11 or our best, I'll say 14 with 3 attacking subs off the bench, if we don't have our best players, we're not going to beat the best teams. We just don't have a chance. And it's been a while since we've gone into a big match and been fully fit. Probably win. Like, and I don't think it's happened this calendar year. Like since January, somebody's been hurt every game. And so maybe the next match is the one where it's like, oh, we finally are fit. And let's see what it's like to bring off somebody off the bench like a Fujino who could just come in and run right. Or maybe Lauren Hemp gets to start comes off the bench and Carolyn starts on the left and you switch it up. I don't know. But nobody has had the full cart of groceries to make a meal yet. And that's, I think, what's hurting us a lot.
Well, and I think that what you said about like player management, and I think the thing that really got to me is that like, City made their first sub in the 77th minute, or like, and that was just a single sub. When you're down 2-1 at that point, and like I get that there's not a lot of attacking oomph on the bench, but like you gotta change something, right? Like you can't just like it. That particular match, Charlie, actually reminded me of like those Pep matches where you would get so upset that he wouldn't make a sub, like make a fucking sub, like make a fucking sub.
What I liked was the willingness to knock the ball forward, take some chances. We were able to see Hasegawa move up. I could see what they were doing, because if, like, again, Lily Murphy, she wasn't the most confident. I can see she's added moves to her tool bag, but if you went from having no tool bag to having a hammer and a screwdriver, like, sure, you can handle the easy things, but then when something a little tough pops up, like I don't know, this reigning 6-time WSL champions, it might be a little rough, you know.
There was a point in the second half, like during stoppage time, where like she faced up Neem Charles and like thought she was actually like gonna do something, and I was like, but why?
The levels.
Why would you think this is about to happen for you?
You can't do it. It's okay.
I saw her actually like cut in right on purpose, and like you could see her one-on-ones. It's not her thing. She did a couple step overs. Like I'm seeing the progress. It just was very frustrating that it was against Chelsea away. On
the lineup gave it away. The lineup told us how this was going to go. We would have been shocked had you put out that lineup with Pryor and Murphy starting, and no Fujino and no Carolyn, and been like, oh, City walked away with 3 points. We'd be like, how? Was Chelsea hungover? Like, did they just go down a woman or two? Like, how do we beat them without the people we need in key positions? So exactly. I'm not gonna say I'm crashing out for the whole season, right? Because it's a long season, things happen. But you know who are the best players on our side, and we need them all.
Yeah, this game, this next weekend against Brighton is going to be very important. I have one more clip. It's why he played Hemp on the right, because that was pretty weird.
I like players that is versatile like she is. So when we play her on the left side, she's give us something. But also when you play her more in the center, she's getting more involved. She's a pretty clever football player, and she's good in combining with other players also, I think. So having her on that side more central gives more opportunity for her to combine with Bunny or with Viv or Kirsten and so on.
And again, just because you can play her on the right doesn't mean you should. And I get like,
if Carolyn wasn't available, it made sense. To me, it actually did make sense to play her on the right, because you don't, just like we talked about, you don't have a true 10, you don't have a true playmaker in the middle of the park. So if she's going to drift in more, like you're going to need to like basically cobble together an attack. Like no one player is going to be responsible for leading the attack, I guess. So getting her closer to the center of the park, that made sense to me. Now, I think that when Caroline comes back and she's healthy, like you definitely start Hemp on the left because you let Caroline be on the right. And even if that is still the case, that where you don't have that true playmaker, Caroline is enough of a playmaker and has proved that for both club and country that she can do that, that you allow her to drift in and you just let Kasparai take up the width on the right side.
Bunny Shaw started, right? Like she can go back and she can take the ball from midfield and dribble through people. And so like that was kind of what was frustrating about it, is we're so used to seeing Bunny drop back and help with that. But so many times it was just like long balls to Bunny that were always too long. It just didn't go well. And I could tell Bunny was super frustrated, and it took a bit before everyone started kind of figuring out where they are, what they need to be, how they need to adjust. And again, I want to see this lineup against Brighton once people get some healthy, because I was very positive about spots, because if you have a Carolyn in there, if you have a Fujino in there instead of a Lily Murphy, if you have stupid internet, if you have Greenwood in her spot, if you have Beck's back in her spot, if you have the players in the positions that they need to be, you would assume the play is going to be better. Well,
before we move on, I just wanted to say, like, I like the idea of inverting the wingers. I think it adds a more aggressive attack, because like we know like what Hemp's limitation is on her strong foot is that she's not right-footed. So defenders are playing her to the byline, and it's really a one-way go. And so it's hard for her to like get in shooting position. I think harder versus like we know what Carolyn can do on the left. She's amazing. So if you let Hemp be able to start cutting in, it's kind of like Phil Foden, right? You can come in and roll that and just get those shots off, or you just lay it off the Bunny or lay it off the Viv, like, because that's what we see so much on the men's side, right? Like I think like teams like Barca, they play inverted wingers. Like I think you just make your attack and you add in like the idea of like, oh, we can have overlaps because then we have this person cutting in. Kasparai and Hemp could do really great combos, like you mentioned. So there's a lot to play with here. I hope that, you know, just our bodies, their bodies, allow Jeggies the runway to make some changes and just try some things out.
So I know it sounded like we don't know why Carolyn didn't play.
There was a report about rest, right?
He just put out a statement. I think this was Friday or after the match. And he said, Caroline and Fujino, meanwhile, are yet to return to action. And while the boss wouldn't put a specific time scale on each of their recoveries, he suggested it won't be long until they're available for selection. He said, quote, I can't say weeks, but I think hopefully some of them will be coming back soon.
yes, he did say that.
So I don't like, my Brazilian source told me that she was training with the rest of the team. Like
I could have swore she was training. I could have swore she played some of the preseason games.
She did.
So that's the thing that I don't get it. I don't get it.
And this would never happen on the men's side because of betting. Like you could not hide that type of injury, like to a quality player, like one of your starting players, and not say anything. It just, you would never see this happening in a top flight men's league. People would riot. It was good reason, right? Like you can't adequately know or have any idea what's going to happen in the match if you don't have a accurate injury report. Right. And so I think the club not only does the supporters a disservice, you do the general public a disservice, because nobody turned in that match expecting Caroline and Fujino to not be there, because there had been nothing saying that they wouldn't be there. And that's one of those things like WOSO versus like men's football is like, make it make sense, like make it fair, like just do the same things,
right?
Report stuff out, like it's not that hard.
Yeah, and that's all I can think is He was trying not to give up a strategy to Chelsea, like they were prepared one way, and then when Gracie Pryor and Lily Murphy show up, they all of a sudden are upset because they practice for, I don't know, Carolyn. It's all frustrating. It's just frustrating.
I do want to like say this, like I do hope that Lily Murphy gets
1,000%,
as soon as possible.
Yes.
I think you saw Hannah Hampton like when she was motioning to Sonia Bonpastor, she was like pointing to her shoulder and like did one of these numbers. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she dislocated her shoulder. Like she did not walk off of the pitch.
She had to be carried off.
She had to be stretchered off. Like, which is, we all know in WOSO that's a big thing. Like if you're not able to like get yourself off of the pitch, something grave happened to you.
Yeah.
So I do hope she gets better. Perhaps some rest and a spell with the next gen team is her best. Might be her best bet going forward.
Honestly, yeah. All right, let's. It's a nice chat about our baby blue baddies. Yeah, there's not really anything to shock on and applaud unless you guys have some random thing. But the international break, I didn't pay much attention to any other clubs, especially once City lost, on Friday. I was like, screw these other teams. I don't want to watch Arsenal win.
It was the fact that it was like an island match. Like there was nothing else on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't stress to you all how terribly Friday was for me. Like as a sports fan, I was.
Now you know pains, huh? Well, now you know pain. Who knew that your football team could let you down? It's been so long. You just lose the Super Bowl and like, oh my God, we lost the Super Bowl. Now welcome to losing week 1. Welcome.
Yeah, it sucked.
Ain't no sympathy over here for you, nah, bro. Nah, your quarterback ain't seen nothing but an AFC Championship and beyond. No, y'all still gonna win 13 games this year. I'm done. Nope. Anywho, shock, awe, and applause. Rodri made it out of the break healthy. I was tracking Spain on FOTMOP to just see when he would be used, and he got 30 minutes in one match. He got 20 minutes the second match. I think they play tomorrow. No, they don't play. They're done. So knowing that he's healthy after what happened to France, where they lost with Mbele and Doué got hurt, so PSG's down 2 of their best attackers. I was like, the lack of City injuries this time feels great. And even the John Stones news was like, hey, be precautionary. Thank you, Thomas Tuchel, for understanding where Pep's coming from. Don't let him play if there's any type of anything. So I think we're going to be okay coming back, hopefully.
What about Nuno Espirito Santos?
That was the shocker because I was not thinking that he was going to be the first Premier League manager to be out.
I did only because I was shocked.
Yeah, once they butted heads, I was like, oh, not going to end well because I don't think that the Marinakis dude, I think he's like he's like a mafia boss or something, dude. Dude don't play.
So he deals with shipping.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. You heard what I said.
That dude shipping and logistics.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me? Oh, okay.
Shipping
so
and
much money
logistics.
In shipping and logistics.
Oh, okay.
Internationally.
Okay.
International shipping.
International shipping and logistics.
Multi-billion-dollar business. I tell you. So much being shipped.
I feel like you guys are taking this conversation somewhere else where you shouldn't.
So much freight being shipped. No, I'm just saying freight's being moved throughout these seas and oceans, and somebody got to own the boats.
Weight is being moved. Yes, you are correct.
It does weigh tons. There are tons being moved across the world, from continent to continent, from sea to shining sea. That's all I'm saying. Like that's it. And I respect him. And hey, he did what Morgan Gibbs White couldn't. Like he wouldn't let that man go. You saw Morgan Gibbs White be up there like with a gun behind his back, and now Nuno's like, I'm free, and you're gonna pay me every dime. So bye bye.
Oh yeah. Nuno will wait to take a job so he can keep cashing those checks.
Oh, Spurs, the Saudi job. I'm gonna get my money. You can let me go, but I'm gonna get mine. Don't worry about
it. Correct. I am all about somebody getting their lick back in the reverse fixture. And when the NWSL season opened, Orlando Pride put the beat 'em down on the Chicago Red Czars. And in the reverse fixture in Bridgeview, Luzmila and them girls, they said, come with that. And they beat them 5-2, which is very impressive.
Weren't they all second half goals?
Suburbia.
Something like that?
Yes. All 7 of those goals were in the second half.
Hey, only the NWSL could you see that? Like,
correct.
Incredible. What a league.
That was fun.
They're moving stadiums, right?
Yeah, they're moving to where Northwestern played their games on that stadium on the lake.
Yep. Okay. I remember seeing that report. I just couldn't remember where it was, but Northwestern.
Which apparently is going to be able to they're going to be able to go people can get to the match on public transit, which they could not do at to see you.
Yeah, it was very tough to get to Soldier Field without a car. Like, unless you
not even Soldier Field. Soldier Field is easy.
No, Soldier Field.
Bridgeview
Stadium.
Yeah, Bridgeview, like all day in the industrial. I saw like a YouTube show.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry,
that's trash.
Field. Yeah.
Evanston will be way better for them. They deserve.
Yeah, it is further away from me, but like they said, I can park outside of this city and just ride the train all the way there.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is very nice. I will be planning on doing that.
Oh, because you come from over. Okay.
Interesting. Right.
I would have thought that was going to be closer because it's on the north side of town. But yeah, it makes sense. You're further on the would that be the west side?
Yeah. Okay, so the Premier League and Man City have reached a settlement in relation to the arbitration. This is Man City's statement commenced by the club earlier this year concerning the Premier League's associated party transaction rules. And as a result, parties have agreed to terminate the proceedings. They will each go to their corner and move on. So City had to acknowledge that the rules are the rules. They make sense. But then also Premier League had to acknowledge that Man City wasn't doing anything wrong. This all became because of the Etihad Airways sponsorship deal. It was blocked in 2023 because it was not deemed to be of fair market value. Now Manchester City can go ahead with the sponsorship. Everyone
was that one was it Abu Dhabi National Bank or something like that too?
Yeah, it was yes, basically. But that was kind of like the predecessor of it, which they've been a sponsor with them for so long. I don't really understand how you decide, okay, now that's too much money. It's kind of how it works when you work with someone for so long and you keep growing, the price gets bigger and bigger.
What I read was the concern was if we would have said, hey, every year we're going to get 5% more each year, then they would have been okay with that. But because we said we're going to get 8% more every year, somehow we crossed over a magical.
Too much, Eric.
Too much. So that extra 3% per year is a.
It adds up. It adds up.
And that's the concern. They want to keep us, they don't want us to get that money. Like we don't already have it. I mean, what are we talking about?
I cannot wait until whenever the day we wake up, because it's going to be early in the morning. When we get those releases at 1:15, what's going to happen? The football social media will be in a tizzy. There'll be content for 3 days straight, regardless of which way the verdicts go.
Days.
I'm using
I might have to take off work.
The future is going to be changed. Oh, I'm 1,000% using a sick day.
Like, I don't feel. I need to go.
They'll be there to call it like, oh, sorry, principal, I can't come in today. I gotta take in all the content like I live in England.
Because it is going to be.
I'm a black bitch today. Yeah, I can't wait. This is a nice little precursor, just to get people a little upset, a little mad. Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yep. I love it. It does bring me joy. Naturally, you have the people who were saying, well, if City won on this, but there are tons of people debating on if City won it. Everyone just goes through their own corners and can continue living their lives as they were. Like nobody won, nobody lost. It was perfect.
But the best point I read was that from an article, unbiased article, was that like it really helps the other. Well, no, it wasn't unbiased, but it helps the other 19 teams as well. Like City was doing this like every club to have the same ability.
Yeah.
So it's like it really looked out for all of y'all. We just did the legwork, so you're welcome. There you go.
That's what I've been saying.
Pay our legal
people all the time.
Pay our legal fees, please.
I'm like specifically whenever I get in situations where I'm around other podcasts and they bring up the 115 and even this APT, that's what I say. You're welcome. The reason why all of these crazy deals, half the reason why you guys have all these sketch ass gambling ones, you guys are being sponsored by Chinese gambling sites that websites had opened 2 months ago. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you can't even trace where your money has come from. We know where our money has come from. You just hate the fact that you know where our money is coming from. You can take 55% of the teams in the Premier League, which most are mid to lower table clubs. Their main sponsor is a gambling competition. Like, you can't tell me that you're better than us. I don't listen to it anyway, but you're not going to have a bunch of like gambling bullshit on you. But also it's billionaires talk. Like, who cares about that shit, bro?
You know, it really here's what it comes down to is like, oh, the billionaires that own your club are not white, and we have a problem with that. Like that's really all it is. And
that's it. It's that simple. It's been that simple.
That's really all it is. And
Brown,
Blue Coat be
wilding.
Blue Coat be wilding. Before that, whatever his name was.
Ibrahimovic,
yeah,
off the chain.
He was wild. Like,
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Hey, they hate us because they ain't us. You know, Arsenal spending money one time this summer. Like, oh my god, look at that. It's like, no, you're cheap American billionaires finally care about your club after 20 years. Like Wenger had to sit through nothing, and y'all are just so happy this summer. You should be like, oh wait, they could have done this before. They just didn't care. Oh.
Which if I looked at the Kroenke profile, if I were in England and I looked at the Kroenke sports profile over the last 5 years, Avs, Nuggets, Rams, all won championships, all of them.
They had the cash in season in each one of those teams. Like they said, you know what, all in. So this is where your point comes in, Crump, where they put all their chips on the table with this year for Arsenal. Like heads will roll if they don't win this tournament, if they don't win a big trophy this year. Like Kroenke don't invest unless they get a return.
Yep.
They expect a return. That man has so much pressure on his head right now. Like he has to win PL or CL. The FA Cup won't do it.
Nope.
You really think that?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the last stage of whatever step we're on. Like you can't get all these players. They got like 7 world-class players, like legit, and I can't even hate. You got to win. Like you have to go win. You are too deep at every position. They got a full 22 even with Havertz out. They didn't even Gabriel Jesus is not even in their Champions League squad. That's how deep they are.
They got, I know this is short term, relatively short term. Saliba's hurt, I think. Maybe we'll see how hurt he really is. It could be kind of like.
But they got backup. They got Hincapi from Leverkusen.
Yeah.
So like, and they got the other kid, Mascheretta. Yeah, but then they got Esde. Like they have no excuses. Like, it's like when we got hurt 2 years ago.
I just question if they're going to really hold that man to account because I feel like they keep making excuses, and then maybe that's just the fans and not the management, and maybe management will be like, nah, whatever. It's time. We need to bring in somebody that's going to get us across the line. Maybe
they got rid of Michael Malone after he won a title in Denver because he was messing up. So you ain't even won one yet. All you did was get us the Champions League 3 years in a row. Great, that's cute, but come on, bro. Like I'm with Crunk now. This is the year I'm with Crunk. Before I was like, nah, he's gonna be fine. Now let them get third. Oh my days.
It's a wrap if they get third.
Crash out if City and Liverpool finish above Arsenal this year.
Ooh.
Sweet joy. And that's what I'm going to pin to. I'm going to get him our full hater mode in this black t-shirt for the third episode in a row. I am enjoying being this version of a fan because I got enough trophies. Now I can just talk shit. And this is great. Y'all ain't got nothing. Liverpool, you got 2 in 30-some years. Shut up. Arsenal, you got 2 in 30-some years. Shut up. You're all
speaking
bums.
of about clubs who have nothing in our bums, Manchester City play United and the Derby this weekend.
They do.
Uh,
with that manager that they don't like, and he don't like them. I have never seen have you ever seen a workplace where the boss of the workplace can't stand nobody that works for him, like at all? Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's real out here. People don't like their employees. Like they big heads. I will say that team's gonna be better though without Andre Onana around. Like shipping him off actually just might make everything better. He is so bad at his job. Yeah,
You think he
they
was
even
that
got in a
bad,
younger keeper.
or just
he's so terrible, bro. Like what he did in that match that they lost in the Grimsby Town or whatever, that was some of the worst goalkeeping I've ever seen in my life. On top of the last 2 seasons, like he was one of the worst signings in Premier League history for 50 million for a keeper. Like Inter ran off on the plug, not twice like Plies. They ran off 4 times. Like, but they paid nothing for him, and they got 50 mil back. He was alone. His
all
whole
because of
profile
how
is
he
loans
played in the
Champions League.
Champions
That was
League.
it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and it is crazy. Like they got rid of him, and now it's like, oh wait, we might have competent goalkeeping. Who knows what could happen? So yeah, that I'm sad that it happened because they finally figured it out.
Yeah, and specifically, everyone is after the Grimsby match. Emrim was away, and he was quoted as saying, "I'm going to say that sometimes I hate my players, sometimes I love my players, sometimes I want to defend my players. This is my way of doing things. I'm going to be like that." And I felt that in the moment. I was so frustrated and annoying, like you said. So yeah. That's real though. It's like, sometimes I hate you fuckers. Like everything was so great in practice. You guys were doing what I was saying to you. Like we were looking great, and then you get here and you start playing, and it's like, what are you guys doing? And I'm the one who's gonna get blamed for it, not you guys. Anyway, what's the score? Prediction? We winning? How are things going?
3. We put 3 on their head. 3-1 City. Haaland does his job and gets
God's ears, or however that little saying goes.
So Haaland finally steps up and becomes the man we know.
Haaland does his damn job. Yep. He's gonna get to work. Phil coming back. I hope. I wish we recorded after Vardiol will be announced healthy, but I'm gonna assume that he's ready. Hopefully, praying. But if Vardiol starts, it's 3. If Vardiol doesn't start, I think we only get 2. I think he's that helpful in the build-up. And just freeing people up, like I have nowhere to go up. So that's my difference. That's my that's my leveler. It's like if he's out there, we can get 3, best center back in the league. If he's not, then we'll scrounge our way to 2-1 win.
What do you think is going to be different? Because we haven't looked good in these. Well, first game, but then the next 2 we didn't look good at all. So what do you think is going to be different that is going to help us get this win? Because again, it's a derby match.
Be on the pitch.
Ding. Vardiol. It comes down to Vardiol for me, and honestly, I think having Savinho as depth off the bench is going to be really helpful. Having Phil, like we haven't had a full attacking unit since the first game, and even without Savinho. But like Phil got hurt right away, and then somebody else got hurt. But I just think I think now like Rodri's getting more fit. Like so, he started the last game before the break. I think he'll be ready to come out there and start. His presence matters a lot. And then if Vardiol's there, like our back line is, even if you put Diaz beside him, our back line is really solid. From Nuri to New. So like I'm getting hope. I don't think United is that good. I think they can be got. And yeah, we were making chances. Like we easily could have beaten that. We could have won that last match if Haaland and Marmoush do better. And I think we'll still create some of those chances. I got to be hopeful, Tarek. I can't think we're gonna lose 3 in a row again this year.
I know, Tarek. Are you worried about this game? Do you think City are losing?
You've never heard me say that we are going to lose a match. You will never hear me say we are going to lose a match. But what you have heard me say when I'm not confident is we might get a draw.
Oh my gosh, are you about to
So,
say?
Are you saying draw against the Derby draw?
We
again?
might get a draw. I'm gonna go. And again, this is all to be fair. I hope I'm so wrong and that we smack them, right? But it's not even about United. It's about I haven't seen us play to our ability yet, and I hope that Pep had all them boys staying at home over the break so they could have some real come to Jesus discussions and get everybody about that right, because otherwise, almost like worst case scenario would be losing to United.
Oh, 1,000%, especially at the season to continue the losing. And
that would throw everything up and oh, good Lord. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. And again, hope and pray that I'm wrong. Hope that Holland can get back to his clinical best. Hope Marmouche is going off. Hope everybody's doing they big thing, right? But as of right now, based on what I've seen in these first 3 games, it's hard to really just assume that we will. And United always plays better against us than they play against everybody else for some godforsaken reason.
Who starts in goal? Gigi or Trafford?
Trafford.
You think?
I think Gigi.
I think it's going to be Donnarumma.
25 out there. They got him in for a reason.
Right. It's like you don't pay that money for that.
I know.
Throw him to the wolves, man. Throw him out there. See if he can sink or swim.
War criminals can just do what they did to him. Like I'm worried about the Premier League.
That's fair. I also want to say that I just saw the score that Crunk were like, well, 2 of those were own goals, which is very crazy. But it was like a 4-5 against Israel.
One kind of came
off. It took me a minute
punch,
to figure out what you were talking about. That's the first, and I was like,
were
the war criminals?
Yeah, war criminals. I was like,
oh, absolutely, he's absolutely
Israel, guys. Israel. We're talking about Israel. They're war criminals. Okay, we're talking about it. That is a fact. And that is not opinion from Shades of Blue. That is a fact by the international powers that be. But yeah, hey, Italy just trying to qualify because they haven't been in a World Cup in so long. They take any 3 points they can get them because it's actually crazy that a country that famous and that much history has missed multiple World Cups.
If they don't qualify for this one, it would be 3 in a row.
Yeah, but they won a Euros in the middle of that, which is still very crazy. So like, doesn't make sense. Like, but yeah, I hope Gigi's out there. I want size, man. I want like Gigi, Vardy, Holland, Rodri. Just give me these giants.
Trackett's a big dude too.
Yeah, but he's not imposing. He's tall and skinny. I'll need that. Give me that beard. Give me that. You just look at him. You're like, man, okay, bro. All right, you look a little disheveled. He looks like he's like 34, but he's like 26.
Because he's got
that. Yeah, the ball. Yeah. I like it. It gives you a little like edge.
Okay, so we're talking about the experience. Sorry. He's 26, but everyone talks about how many games he's already participated in.
Yeah.
Like, if it was any other position, like that's half the reason why Sterling crashed out at the age that he has, because he's played so many football games. Does that just not count for keepers?
No,
I mean, he just standing still.
Yeah, you're not running like that.
You're not running, bro.
That dude is 6'7", 6'6". He just standing there like this and he's blocking half the goal. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, but he could just be going through the motions. Like he just be like,
There's one goal in this.
Oh, there's a ball,
and it's going to be scored in the 89th minute or later. I don't know who scores it. I'm just letting you know it's going to be 1-0.
Stressing me out. I don't like this.
What you think? I said 3-1 with a help.
I know, but it's them two.
Balance it out, Crunk. Balance it out. What's the score, Crunk? What are we gonna do?
Oh 6. My gosh. I can't.
A double hat trick again would be crazy. That was one of the best days of my life, and I didn't even know.
Yeah, that would be amazing, but I can't in good mind do that at the moment. So I will be slightly less delulu. I think 4-1.
Okay. Hey, goals. Goals
still
are fun.
By 3. But City need to win and win handedly.
In Manchester, we got to get some get back from last year. Like
oh yeah, at
it
the
needs to get
Etihad,
beat down.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like nothing, because even Tarek, yes, losing is worse. Losing is worse, but a draw, I don't think that's something you can leave feeling like clean about.
I mean,
Like I legit might shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat that Ahmad goal hurt. Those 2 late goals. It was like in our crash out season last December. Oh my god.
Oh god, it
That
was
was
so
Giving
bad.
up 2 goals in 2
That was the
minutes is
beginning of it.
crazy.
It was so bad.
It was bad. Okay, we made it. We're dark times behind us, y'all. The dark times. We're gonna have on. I'm gonna have on City blue jersey. I'm wearing my Yasko jersey next week. I can't wait. I'm excited to record next Monday already. And the women gonna win. It's gonna be a 6-point weekend.
Oh yeah. We
Let's
gotta
go.
predict Brighton.
2-0.
yeah.
Solid 2-0.
Yeah, that's my
real
fault.
clean.
We got so lost in.
I don't know.
the
I don't know who's healthy.
stats of
Tom.
that game.
I don't know. I know who's healthy. You know.
Again,
Oh yeah, Brighton's good. That
like-
I'm worried about that.
Ndozie might be the best keeper in the league, and
Mhm.
I understand that Fallon Taylor-Joyce exists in this league. Ndozie, like we saw her at WAFCON, like ball out for Nigeria. She's gonna make some stops that we're gonna be like, how did you do that? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it's very
understand. But I got us 1-0.
See, and I think 3-1. I'm gonna give them. I feel like they've done a very good job at adding on to their team. I would say that we should probably win by 6, but we only win by 2, 3 max. I think the ladies are pissed off by their showing, and they want to beat down some Seagulls.
I did say on the 12, which is a podcast about the WSL,
Gotta watch it.
The Brighton did probably have the best business of any team in the WSL in this window, and I include all of the 100,000 moves that London City made under Michelle Kang. Just a very oddly constructed team.
Yeah.
Hey, all they need to stay is promote. All they gotta do is make it stay up. And if you stay up, you win.
I've never seen a team that has so many U23s and so many players over 30 and like almost none in
Can we
between.
call them the aunties? We had the unks on our side. They the aunties.
Yes, that's basically what it is. They got the nieces and the aunties and Grace Gayero. That's it.
Right. That's all you need. That's all you need to get through. Okay. That's all you need to get by. You get some aunties in there. They're gonna start playing some millennial music and get them girls in a tizzy. They're gonna get them ready. I got a question for y'all. It's a yes or no question. Okay. This is a new segment. I didn't tell anybody about it. Are you ready?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, let's do it.
It's called "Will Our Opponents Drop Points?" You ready? Really quick, in unison. Arsenal plays. I'm so sorry. Liverpool plays Burnley. Will Liverpool drop points? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, we know that. Beautiful. I'm glad we agree. Now here's the fun one. Arsenal hosts the Nuno Espirito Santos list, Nottingham Forest Trees. Will Arsenal drop points?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say yes, but no, they won't. Damn. All right, well, not this weekend. All right, guys, we'll bring that feature back next weekend to end our show. Well, see, here's the thing: we don't expect it. So if James,
if it happens,
if James McAtee scores a goal,
oh my God,
if he scores a goal to like makes them drop 2 points, worth every penny. Good job, James.
Actually, you know what?
That would be great.
Actually,
at the Emirates too.
Arsenal is due for that dumbass red card.
You haven't messed up yet. Yeah, it could happen.
They're due for that dumbass red card that they have early in the season, so it could happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe just Nuno. Whoever's up there, they just sit. I heard they talking to Ange. I just want them to sit back and let Arsenal not be able to create, or just make them have to do it, and figure it out without Saka. Oh, I need that stress. That'll be a nice little. That's the first game on Saturday, so I'll be up and watching it. But yeah, I just want to put it out there because we don't care about them, but I need them to drop points at some point.
Yes,
it's time to start losing.
Yes, it's always fun though. Hey, it's fun to laugh at United. it's fun to laugh at Arsenal.
Correct.
All right.
That being the 7:30 game or 6:30, depending on where you're living, that does throw an extra wrinkle in there because that game is always kind of unpredictable.
People suck in the afternoon over there. They do not like waking up early.
It
No,
throws
they do
everything
not.
off. So that actually there might be a shout there.
That would be a good call.
That's the one to get a draw. Like Forest could sneak a draw. They got some pace.
They could.
Anything's possible. I gotta have hope. I gotta have hope. The Burnley one is no. Liverpool can count their score. They literally might score 7 if they want to. But I'm
not them putting a touchdown on the Fighting JJ Watts.
Didn't they put 8 on United a couple years ago?
They did.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anybody could get it when they're clicking like that. Oh, and that's the Eastside debut. Oh my God. Yeah. They're definitely gonna go crazy. Port Turf more.
Oh yeah. They might score. They might score a touchdown.
They got to put those long, gangly black men out there. It's an all African front four. Oh my God. They got Gakpo, Ekatike, Isak, Salah. It's like the UN over there. God damn it.
It does not represent.
I gotta hate these black men so much. Oh my God.
Not happy about that.
Oh. Yeah, somebody's gonna say something racist at Burnley. Somebody's gonna say something racist. You know it's coming.
1,000%. It's gonna fly over them. So it's gonna fly over them. Tom Bomb, Tarek, Sharpie, Charlie. We'll start with you, Sharpie. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
At Sharpie Charlie, talking all things football and football on Twitter and Blue Sky.
You can find me on the 12, a podcast about WSL. We had a great season preview episode. We're gonna record tomorrow. Recap all the action of opening weekend. You can find me on social media at TomBomb816, and most likely in person, you can find me at CPKC Stadium. Because KC Current only have 2 more away matches all season.
You can find me
winning teams
in Coral Gables, Florida.
I know that's right.
Sitting on the banks of Lake Osceola, right outside the Rat, throwing up the U. And then I wake up and realize I'm not there anymore. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a much older man now. But you can find me talking all things City, all things University of Miami Hurricanes on any of them social media sites at Tarek Peterson.
Big game for you all. It's the
knocked off Notre Dame two weeks ago.
South Florida Bowl
USF.
South Florida. Because you got and they've beaten their 2 ranked opponents pretty handily.
So we got we gonna run the state. We going USF, Florida State in back-to-back weeks.
Ooh.
If you don't Bethune Cookman from the week before.
Hey, you gotta own the state. Yep. What Dennis Erickson said, you gotta draw that map.
We knocking everybody off. So
I love it. Best of luck to y'all. It's good for the ACC.
Right.
Keep it up.
Anything for the pod at Shades of Blue and W, at Shades of Blue in W. Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, all of those things. Type in at Shades of Blue and W, and you will find us. Great things coming out on Patreon. Check it out. You'll see it all on our social medias. Until then, you know the vibe. Share the gang. Share the gang. Share the gang.